What is going on, guys? What is going on, 27 Squad? Welcome back into another video. Today, we are starting our film reviews of each and every one of the New York Giants draft picks. This is the first out of 7. I'm going to start off with Thomas Fidone because this is the first prospect that I have not done film on, have work on, even ever heard of. So I wanted to start with the film on him because a lot of you guys may not have heard of him as well. So we'll start off with that, then we'll go to Corey Black, and then we'll go on to the other 5 prospects that we're more familiar with. So Thomas Fidone, if you guys don't know, tight end out of Nebraska. I believe I kept saying Wisconsin when we were live. I'm sorry, I always get those schools confused. Always. I get Nebraska and Wisconsin confused. I guess it's the color scheme or something. I don't know what it is. But tight end out of Nebraska. Fun fact, this guy is a tattoo artist. That's right, the New York Giants drafted a tattoo artist. But I like him. Looking at the film, I was like, damn, did the Giants really need another tight end? Do we really need one? But it's good to have some depth. The Giants don't really have much depth besides, we have like 4 good tight ends on the roster right now, but it doesn't hurt to add competition, and I don't really care what the Giants do in the 7th round. After the draft that they had, they could have drafted my grandmother, and I would have been okay with it. But he's 6'6", 255. You guys can call me crazy, but when I look at the way Thomas Fidone plays, it really reminds me of 10th overall pick Colston Loveland, the tight end out of Michigan. He looks like the 7th round version of what Colston Loveland would be. If you would just imagine Colston Loveland as a 7th round prospect, that's what you would see in Fidone. Actually, he was rated a lot higher than a 7th round prospect. PFF had him at like 184, and I've seen other sites have him a lot higher than where he was drafted. 6'6", 255, and looks like a receiving tight end. Carries his frame nicely, moves very well, and can also block. I started this a little too early, but he's 24 right here. 24, lined up in line here, and look at him. He's holding himself nicely against his edge rusher, number 12, and he worked him all game. Check out the technique there. You look at him, he looks like an Evan Ingram type guy, right? A tight end that's just there to be a receiver, not in the slightest. Look at the technique, right? Bent knees, wide base, staying firm, staying square, pushing, not now allowing any space, right? Keep driving those legs and getting those hands on the inside. He won the leverage battle, and you can see here that his wingspan is more than this edge rusher's wingspan. You can see he's able to get more of this guy's shoulder pad than this edge rusher. This edge rusher has no leverage at all. His pad level is high. He can't reach the shoulders, and Fidone is in control right now. He's able to make contact, shift the direction of the block, right? And seal off that block, win the battle of the edge, and sets up a good block there. Good block there by Fidone. All right, next play. You guys got to bear with me because I am using a new media player. I had to download a new one because the one I was using was just not cutting it. I wasn't able to shift around the keys and alter the keybind. So this one I'm having a lot more fun with. So bear with me if my navigation of the film isn't as good as it used to be. I'm still getting used to this one. So, all right. So we're gonna. He's in the slot right here. He lines up at the slot. I'm going to check him out here as we see the arrow. Raiola is going to snap the ball. He's going to have a good route. Out route, makes a tough grab. He has good footwork. I like him. We're going to see a little bit of his release package in a little bit, but gets a good release. You can see how fast he gets off the line. For a tight end, 6'6", 255, guys. This is not some 6 foot, 205-pound receiver. This is 6'6", 255 running at you, and he cuts very nicely. He cuts nicely so fast that not like super quick, but fast enough where he still gets a lot of room before the corner is able to react, and his frame is able to box out and have a huge wingspan to make this grab. So that's something that could be useful for the Giants. You know, again, Bear with me when navigating this thing here. But nice route there. He's not going to be much of a burner or anything like that. He's not going to be like Theo Johnson. But when he's on the field, I'm excited to see what he's going to do in the preseason. When he's on the field, he's going to be able to work these corners that are not able to diagnose what a route is yet until it actually happens. So does a good job with that. All right, back to the box view. We're going to look at some more good blocking. You're going to see him lined up in line as, again, on the left side. Raiola's going to snap the ball. Again, look at this blocking. Just being a dog, man. Just being a dog, buying his quarterback some time. This is a down lineman. This is a bigger down lineman, a tight end, whose frame looks like a receiving tight end. Look at this. So he starts off, when he makes contact, he starts off hugging that outside shoulder, but look at him adjust to get inside. Look at that. Look at that. And he's not holding. That's not holding. He's just got a death grip on this edge rusher shoulder pads. You see, again, wide base. He doesn't give up that wide base. Look at them. Sets that anchor. Doesn't give up the wide base. Look at that. Buys enough time for Raiola to make this throw. And let's see if he completes it. Oh, that was a terrible throw. Raiola's not that good. All right, I like this play a lot. It just shows you don't need a lot of athleticism. You just need to be smart. You just got to know where you have to be on a certain play versus a certain coverage. So we're looking at Fidone right here. Again, lined up at the tight end position. Raiola's going to make the snap here. He's going to get right around. He's not going to chip. He's not going to waste any time on this edge rusher. He's going to get right behind this linebacker. They're playing cover 3 here. He's going to get right behind this linebacker and try to find that soft spot right here. This is the soft spot of cover 3. He's going to get right here. And Raiola fits that ball right over the linebacker, and he makes a good grab there. Adjusts to the ball nicely, right, because the ball is a little late. The ball is way late. He's able to adjust to it nicely, makes the grab. Love it. Love it. Let's see if we can get a better view from the box here. I don't think I viewed it from the box here. Just a really late throw. He stared at him for a while there. But good adjustment. Makes the grab. Now, the Giants have a decent amount of blocking tight ends as it is. Daniel Bellinger, I think, is a really good blocker, and the Giants literally have Chris Manhertz to do just that, to block. But Fidone fits right into what the Giants have already and can be used on certain packages, especially in space. Daniel Bellinger is great. Chris Manhertz is great. We don't know if these guys can move as good as Fidone does. Let's see what he does in the NFL, but check out Fidone right here. Again, lined up just behind the line of scrimmage. And he's going to move in space here. He's going to move in space here. And block for this jet sweep. And check him sealing out this block. Check him out sealing out this block here. If he were to stay square to the end zone, this corner can close up space, make a tackle, throw his arm out there, cause this receiver to slow down. You don't want that, right? Fidone does a good job sealing this block, redirecting the block and shifting his hips to the outside and causing this corner to have no chance at all to make this play. And he does that all in space. He does that all on the move. Again, look at the way he blocks, right? Look at the way he blocks. He always maintains a wide base. He doesn't stay straight up. Bent knees, wide base, low shoulder pads. He's 6'6". It's harder to do that, and he maintains that. Again, getting the inside leverage. Again, inside shoulders. You can't see it right now, but he's got his hands on the inside. He's just going to say, I'm stronger than you. Boom. In for a touchdown. He does everything well, man. He does everything well as far as blocking. I mean, have I seen some plays where it doesn't look as good? Sure. But more often than not, like, he's handling these guys with no problem. Again, this is a cornerback, smaller corner, but we just shown him doing it against edge rushers. So, again, this is beautiful again. So, he's right here, all the tats, 24, right? Line up as a blocker. Look at him immediately redirecting this block, sealing off the gap, making sure this edge rusher has no chance. Listen, he's not responsible for what's going on right now. He's responsible for his assignment. He can't just jump off this guy to move on to this corner. He's handling business right now. Handling business. that this guy had no chance in the play at all. No chance in the play at all. This edge rusher's job, all right, if you guys check it out, this edge rusher's job, especially with another backfield, with another player in the backfield, you don't know if that ball is coming to him or if he's going to be another blocker, whatever the case is. This guy's job is to set the edge. Make sure nothing gets around him. If this running back wanted to hit the outside, Fidone's handling that. I mean, he didn't do his job. He did not set the edge because Fidone's handling that. He won the battle. Look at that. Hands on the shoulder pads. Does not let go. Keeps driving his legs forward. You have no chance on that play. You have no chance on that play. I don't know how good the Indiana Hoosiers are as far as their edge rushers go, but Fidone is handling business right now. Absolutely handling business. There's not too much to explain here. This is just a play I like that I really wanted to show you guys. Again, he's right here, lined up in the backfield. He's going to run a split zone block. He's going to basically crack off. He's going to seal off that backside rusher because the backside rusher on a lot of on zone plays are usually free, right? So he's going to split block and just run right into this edge rusher. Now, he doesn't have a lot of technique into it, right? He's hugging him, basically. No technique that we talked about earlier, but he just rams right into him, and it causes this edge rusher to kind of fall back a little bit, and he's not able to make a play on the running back. Instead, it's, whatever linebacker comes down. Linebacker did a good job shifting through traffic to find the running back, but, I mean, as far as him, he did his job. He did his job. One common theme I've seen from the New York Giants in this draft, what Joe Schoen really wanted, were just to draft dogs, just to draft absolute lunatics. Check out this play. He's in the slot, right? In the slot. He's going to run just a little curl route, a little hitch in open space, finds a soft spot in the zone, really open here, makes the grab, and just watch him work. Just watch them work. Oh, he's still going. Oh, he's still going. Absolute dog type play there. Let's break it down here. So, from what we're looking at, this looks like some weird quarters coverage. Some college defense quarters coverage. It looks weird. Either way, they're dropping a lot of guys back. It's almost like a prevent. Maybe this is before halftime. I'm not sure what the timing is. But weird defense here. Easy space, easy pickings. Makes this grab. This should be done. This should be done right here. It should be all a wrap. Because even if he were to stop and delay a little bit to try to squeeze by, this defender should close in on him. He for some reason, I don't know how, he made it seem like he is trying to split these guys. And they crash, they stop, and he's able to fake him out, go outside, just completely shoo this defender away. Again, this is supposed to be finished. I don't know what happened here. He squeezes right by him. Does it again. Falls to the ground. Absolute dog. It looks even better from this angle. Making the grab. It takes the whole team to try to bring this guy down. They all have to rally together to bring him down. That's just amazing, amazing work there by the tight end. Check out this release here by Fidone. Again, lined up in the slot where you see the arrow. Now, this ball doesn't go to him, but I really like the feet here. It's not as fast as like one of those like shifty NFL receivers, but it's good for a tight end. Again, 6'6", 255. I don't know how much I really could stress that, but you can check out his release here. He's gonna stutter and jab outside for an inside release. Stutter. Not sure if he really needed that first step. But almost like a split and a jab. It's a split release and a jab outside and gets back inside and uses those hands. Check out using those hands, throwing away that jam, and he's able to be free. Now, this is all but covered. There's just no way, unless Raiola has some serious balls and anticipation to fit this over, it's just not going anywhere. And then he moves up. This play was dead, but I just like the feet there. You can see it in real time. Look at that. That's not a bad release for a tight end at his size. That's not a bad release. That's pretty good. It's almost like it's a split. It's a split with a jab. Split, jab, good hand usage off the line. That's good for a tight end. Not bad for a tattoo artist. Now, as far as his straight line speed, I don't know if he's going to necessarily be a guy to separate with straight line speed. It seems like he really uses his quick feet and being agile to get around these linebacker safeties and really work that way. But you could see him here lined up in the slot. He's just got a seam route. He's just going straight up. You see this linebacker pick him up. He's not able to really separate. In fact, he's having trouble getting off of contact. He's not fighting the contact at all, and he kind of gets slowed up. This ball, it's a terrible ball. That Raiola did not give him a good chance of making this play, but either way, had a tough time separating there. I don't know how well of a separator he's going to be, but he has quick enough feet that if he needs to go inside, outside, he can probably get around a linebacker or two, but not when the linebacker is just like assigned on him. You know what I'm saying? That's just, wasn't working. And this is exactly what I mean. The last play we're going to go over is his biggest play of the day. He's lined up at tight end right behind the line of scrimmage. Usually these guys are there to block, but he's going to get right around like he did again. Not even chip, just get right around and get into this open space on a crossing route. Positions himself perfectly to not flatten out. Position himself perfectly to get upfield and take advantage of all this green space. Raiola fits it right over the linebacker, and he's able to make a play. Let me just show it to you guys in real time so you guys can see everything he did here. And we're going to look at the box view as well to show how well he got open, because there's a lot of mind games when you're trying to get open as a receiver. He's lined up right here. Check out his eyes. Check out his helmet. Look what he's doing. Right, he's running straight up field, and he's staring at this defensive back, just staring at him. And this is a safety, it looks like, just staring at him. And I'll put it in slow motion so you can see it. Staring at him, boom, cuts, shift his eyes away. That gave him enough time to freeze this safety, freeze his defensive back to not get to the inside before he does, because if he sells that inside, if he shows he's going inside, this safety's going to cut him off, and he's probably more athletic, probably better with ball skills, but he knows he can use his wits. He stared at this corner long enough where it kind of froze him up and it allowed him to get open. See, he's not faster than the safety. The safety still was able to catch up to him, but he bought enough time to make a big play downfield for his team. So great play there. I'm really happy with Thomas Fidone. I like him. Like I don't know if I mentioned this before. I feel like he's like a Colston Loveland almost, like a 7th round version of Colston Loveland. So I like him a lot. So that being said, that is Colston Loveland. That is Thomas Fidone II out of Nebraska, 6'6", 255. I'll be doing Corey Black. I'll be reviewing Corey Black, later today, and that'll probably be out tomorrow. So that being said, leave a like if you guys enjoyed, subscribe if you're new to the channel, and we'll see you guys next time.